All right, and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this Q&A live stream. Yes, I know it's been a while. We haven't done one of these in quite a while. I want to apologize. Trust me, I just got back to school not too long ago, so you can tell that I've had a lot that has come up in the last couple of days. I want to try and do these more frequently. I do want to once again apologize. I know, yes, I do need to be putting up more videos. Yes, I know there just isn't that crazy stuff out right now. But yes, guys, I'm still working on videos. It's just with me in school and all the homework and stuff and other things going on currently. It's just not as easy to get videos at the moment. But yes, I am still creating content, and of course, we are still going to make videos in terms of closings and stuff. So, but yes, I know it has definitely been a while since we've done almost a month. Holy moly! Yeah, excuse me. We definitely needed to do another one of these, so I'm very happy to once again be doing a live stream. So obviously, we're going to give people a couple minutes to join. I know it's a Saturday, so people are probably out and about, basketball games, sports games, all that other sports. I know kids usually do that on Saturdays. So again, I want to apologize if we didn't have this stream or but anyways, so yeah. All right, so we got a couple people here in the room. Tigger. Elevators rock on. Yeah, I know. I know it's unbelievable, right? Some people they swear by YouTube. YouTube is like their life. I mean, look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with YouTube at all. But obviously they have other obligations outside the internet. The internet is it's nice. I mean, I'm still active and looking at it pretty much every day, but I am still uploading content, so just nothing in the works right now in terms of content at the moment. I was actually just over at American Dream about an hour ago. Nothing crazy going on over there. No, they are opening up a couple of stores, but there's no crazy in terms of filming. But what I can say now is we are about 2 weeks away from the closing of Kmart in Westwood. That will be shutting down not this Saturday, but next. I'm sorry, not next Saturday, but 2 Saturdays from today. That Kmart will shut down. Those people will be out of a job, and because New Jersey passed something due to the downfall of Bed Bath & Beyond, a Union, New Jersey-based company, those employees that came, excuse me, those employees based at the Kmart in Westwood will be paid for an additional month as they do seek employment at other retail stores within Bergen County, obviously, because that's where the Kmart is currently located. So I'm sure they're getting ready to apply for new jobs. Some of them are probably going to do retirement. Maybe if they were there from opening day in 1982, or maybe they just took this on as just a little extra cash and they'll retire. Again, liquidation sales there will be wrapping up, I believe, on the 30th, and I believe that's when they're probably going to close the Youngstown, Ohio JCPenney as well. Usually SB360 likes to coordinate liquidations. They like to finish them up at the same time. Again, that is just how those operations do work. So, and SB360 is actually based in Nedham, Massachusetts, which is interesting. And Hilco is based in New York. Yeah, so nothing crazy going on there. And then obviously the Hilco liquidations, they're just doing more stuff. So, yep, final 13 days, actually final 14 rather. Or if you want to put it into perspective, because of the 2 Sundays that the store's closed, it's really 12 at this point, because obviously the store is going to be closed this Sunday and then next Sunday. And then after that, it'll be closed. Yeah, it'll be done pretty much after that. So, in terms, I got a couple of videos coming up. Obviously, the Grand Central videos and the New York City videos, and a video from Port Authority. I do have a couple things in the works, just obviously not really nothing confirmed yet, but we do have some more things in the works at the moment. I think Kmart has more of a now. Again, they're just updating Kmart's because of lease obligations. Kendall Lakes, it's the same thing. And Bridgehampton, they can't close because of some stupid thing where Target is actually not allowed to go out there in Bridgehampton. So they'll probably, or TJX companies will have to come in and subdivide it. I think Burlington might be a good fit for Bridgehampton. Because honestly, I mean, that's about the only thing I could see go there, unless they actually already have one. Yeah, they might not have one in Bridgehampton, so that wouldn't be a bad one. And then maybe they put a new TJ Maxx there. So, I mean, I don't think they're modding it yet. I haven't seen anything yet, but they probably will at some point. Schindler will probably come in there at some point. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to see at Quaker Bridge. I mean, you now have a closed Lord and Taylor and a closed Sears. I mean, okay, there's a Spirit Halloween there. That's great. That's only going to be through October, and obviously they don't use the second floor. But you only have a Macy's and a J.C. Penney. I like to go to malls excuse me, where you have a lot of department stores because it makes the mall trip more worth it. Kind of like how 2 or 3 weeks ago I went to Newport, despite not seeing Sears because that manager was just a bitch. Um, excuse for pardon the language. You had a Macy's, you had a Kohl's, and a J.C. Penney. You had H&M and the glass elevator, in addition to parking deck elevators. Toys R Us is the only one that will make a comeback because that brand name is very valuable, and they're going to try and I guess expand the IP in Macy's. Sears has no future whatsoever. They're just keeping the stores open for real estate purposes, and because Eddie Lampert just wants to get as much money as possible. Yeah, there is a Burlington store in Woodbridge, just north of the mall. But no, they won't be going to Woodbridge Center. I don't think so, especially if they already have a store there. Hi, Cool Cat Productions, malls and retail. No, they're definitely going to be closing Sears. You know what would be interesting if they actually did finally make the announcement that Sears at Newport Center closes before they really did the whole Primark renovation, but I doubt that's the case. So it's fascinating. There's actually a lot of people on here. I got to do these streams more frequently. So no, I think Macy's has a future. Just obviously, I think it's going to be more of the market by Macy's, but keeping the department stores open, like in the high grossing areas. Like they're going to keep them open in the major cities, like and the suburbs too. But Macy's will be changing like they'll be doing a whole transformation. I mean, they just appointed a new CEO, so yeah, I think they're definitely going to have a future. But I do think their future is going to be less focused on the department stores and probably more focused on the market by Macy's or even the Macy's backstage. You'll see a big focus shift in the next probably 20 years. But yeah, we'll definitely see some more Macy's department stores close. That is for sure. JD Sports? No, I've never heard of them. No, because now they have JC Penney Beauty. Sephora signed on with Kohl's because Kohl's stores Kohl's stores generate a lot of traffic, and Sephora definitely wanted the piece of the pie. So Sephora chose Kohl's because Kohl's has a lot of off mall locations, despite the fact they have some on mall locations. Yeah, Kohl's is even trying to form a partnership with Aldi. Yeah, so they're just really trying to get as many different retailers inside Kohl's as possible. But no, J.C. Penney did not stop making beauty supplies. They're now with it's now their own beauty concept. But it makes sense that Sephora left J.C. Penney. It just wasn't the right place for them. J.C. Penney will be that classic type of department store that I think where Sephora kind of was mixed in a little bit and it just didn't look good. But I think now that Sephora's out, it's like, all right, maybe it's for that older type of crowd that wants that department store. And then obviously Sephora wanted to be with Kohl's because Kohl's has a lot of off mall locations. The only on mall location in New Jersey they have is actually no, they have two on mall locations in New Jersey, Newport Center, and then the new one at Bergentown. I don't dislike the one at Bergentown. I think they just did the power move because I guess they knew, yeah, it's a mega mall and we need to be there. But what I find very interesting is that Kohl's finally took over the old Stearns in Bergen County. Because if you think about it, that was the flagship Stearns back in the day, and then on the third floor you had the restaurant back in the day. Then obviously they closed. Macy's took it over. Macy's closed. Century 21 came in as I think it was their second store in the state after Morristown. And Century closed in 2020 because of the coronavirus pandemic. And then Kohl's came in 2022. Oh yeah, they're already installing a dedicated entrance at Newport Center. I've seen the floor plans. So yeah, that answers that question. No, I did not know that, but that makes sense. International expansion. They'll do. I mean, any brand will do anything to get their name out there, and a quick turnaround strategy too. Yeah, Primark is going to have their own dedicated entrance in Jersey City. They're going to have an escalator set. Like it'll probably. It looks like it's going to be a set of escalators and an elevator that takes you right up to the store. Probably going to be a Schindler. I can't imagine they would do Kone. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they reconfigure the spot. I don't plan on going back there unless J.C. Penney craps the bed, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I just don't see that happening. I think the next closing, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tough to predict. Is Finish Line done? I don't know. I don't. I actually don't know. I think the next most vulnerable retailer, and I hate to say this, is going to be Rite Aid. Rite Aid has really been like they're slashing a lot of stores left and right. I think they're going to be the next one to go belly up. Um, I think. I mean, I actually have a local Rite Aid. It's in Hackensack, and yeah, so that one might close too. And with the opioid lawsuits, I think that company is pretty much done, unfortunately. And I hate to say that about Rite Aid, and I seriously feel bad for the people that are still employed by that company, but they are in a lot of trouble. It is not looking good for Rite Aid because and the other problem is, aside from you have Rite Aid, you also have CVS and Walgreens, and you have Walgreens that bought out some of the Rite Aid locations. So it's like, you know, you got small, not so many locations. Number one, you have opioid lawsuits, so that's another red flag. What's the point of keeping the business alive at that point? So I think they're done. I think they're gonna probably liquidate, and I think they're gonna be written off before the end of the year. That's my opinion. I mean, you can't survive if you don't have a strong enough fleet of stores. I mean, I'm very lucky to have one less than 10 minutes away, but even then, you have to have stores within, especially pharmacy stores. Not to mention, pharmacy stores are essential places for people to get their prescriptions. They rely on those pharmacies to get their prescriptions. You can't run a company where, you only have so many stores in smaller locations, and then you're closing stores due to theft, underperformance, and close proximity to other pharmacies like CVS or Walgreens. And not to yeah, I mean, you guys get the point. But yeah, I think Rite Aid is in a lot of trouble. I think they're going to go even before Party City goes, even before another retailer goes. But yeah. So, but you guys get the point about Rite Aid. I wasn't ejected from the building. I kindly left. I knew I was going to get ejected because I had a video camera. So it's not, I kind of just kicked myself out before they kicked me out, before they radioed in security. But it's okay. I mean, they're not even in that spot anymore. They moved into the mall. So thank God. I have been to San Francisco 4 years ago. Yeah, a lot of theft. I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of stores that have closed in San Francisco. I think the biggest blow had to be Nordstrom at Westfield San Francisco Center. But see, a lot of those mall owners count on the department stores. So if you think about it, when Nordstrom announced that they were shutting down their store at Westfield San Francisco Center, immediately Westfield said, "Yep, we're offloading the property." Like that. See, what a lot of people don't realize is department stores have a huge impact on the mall. And when a department store closes at the mall, other tenants follow. There's so many great examples that I could go over. Livingston, for one, they lost Sears, they lost Lord and Taylor. So guess what? Stores inside Livingston started closing. Monmouth Mall, same thing. J.C. Penney, Lord and Taylor shut down, stores left. And then JCPenney shut down last year. More stores left, and there's even more stores that are leaving now. And pretty much Monmouth Mall, once the lease expires, that store is pretty much done. There's no going back from that. What's another great example? I can't say Rockaway or Quaker Bridge because Simon owns them. Hamilton Mall, another one, right in Mays Landing. Sears closed in 2017. JCPenney closed in 2019. Well, guess what happens when those two anchors close? You had stores closing in the mall left and right. Well, when there's no more stores and no more chains in there, people aren't going to go there. Deptford Mall, same thing. Or not Deptford, sorry. Moorestown Mall, same thing. Other stores closed, and the cycle goes on and on and on. And I'm sure there's definitely other different examples across America. I'm just naming the couple in New Jersey. So no, Barnes & Noble won't relocate to Short Hills because of Indigo Books, unless Barnes & Noble buys out Indigo Books and then relocates to Short Hills. I don't see it happening the other way around. But I could see H&M though leaving Livingston. And then I don't know if H&M would. I guess H&M would go to Short Hills at that point. They have the spot too. Oh, Quaker Bridge can't afford to lose JCPenney, and Rockaway can't afford to lose JCPenney. Simon bought them for that reason, because they realized that once JCPenney craps the bed, a lot of their properties are in some trouble. I mean, you got to remember too, this was all going on when Lord & Taylor was going under. So they would rather save JCPenney, which has a bigger presence, than Lord & Taylor, which had a very small presence. Numbers matter at the end of the day, pretty much. JCPenney is trying to get their stores up to 21st century standards. They want to try and attract moms and kids, and they're running TV commercials, so they want to get people into the stores. So I think that's why they're giving them a refresh, and they kind of do need a refresh. I mean, I was in one maybe 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't looking good. So it just made sense to. It just makes sense for them to renovate it. No, Quaker Bridge Mall needs an Apple store. Princeton has a lot of money, and and that just for that reason, let alone that that mall needs an Apple store. Princeton is a very upscale and rich town, and they need an Apple store. Now, what they could do in a few years, if Quaker Bridge really craps the bed, is they could open a store in downtown Princeton. That's not an impossible task, and it could very well happen. But no, I agree. Apple should not move, because if they do that, the mall will pretty much be done. But they do need it there, and obviously the Cheesecake Factory for the same reasons. It's just, again, people people in Princeton have a lot of money, and so it makes sense. Okay. Still here. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not surprised. Those are pretty good performing stores. So yeah, I think that's where we'll end it. And thank you guys for watching the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was quick and brief, but yeah. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. That's it.